you start it off? Introduce.
Hello, and this is the fourth.
That was the most rushed hello I've ever seen. Hello, and this is the fourth of.
This is the third or fourth. This is the fourth Twin Talk podcast.
It is. It was going to be episode 10, but I didn't do a solo one this week because stress. The household got stressful. Last night we reached a not boiling point.
Not
That says no
point
one was
at all.
angry at each other, but we reached the sort of what's the word that I'm thinking of?
Well, I was simmering.
No, it's the kind of boiling point where it's not aggressive. It's like
Passive aggressive.
it's just I don't know.
tension.
Trying to say, but we basically last night things were a little bit tense. I think we're all getting
You
a
know,
bit.
like when you stretch a balloon and it doesn't pop, but it's very tight.
Yeah,
That's
I think everyone had a really stressful day yesterday,
yeah.
and then we all met in the evening like a happy family and
To play a nice competitive game.
competitive game of cards. But anyway, welcome back everybody to the podcast. Just want to say, first of all, obviously we read every single comment, so please drop one down below. I assume you must read everyone as well.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, you wanted to address one of the comment questions, so I'll let you just start with that. So
Yes. Hello, because there was only one question, so easy
Yeah.
to address. It was top 3 favorite books.
So I could just leave for an hour, really.
so,
I'm not going to.
Do you
'cause
want to say yours first?
I don't even know if I really care to answer the question. He's not asking me. He's asking you.
Well,
So
okay. I'm not just ready. I'm ready, Freddy.
Oh dear.
'Cause,
That's
yeah.
the worst. His name is Freddy.
Yes.
So.
So, I can't do a top 3, so I'm going to do a
All
top
right,
5.
moving on.
No, top 5. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller.
Mm-hmm.
The Binding by Bridget Collins.
Okay.
The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon.
Okay.
The Green Rider by Kristen Britton, and Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I think it's Laini.
So you had that planned out.
I have a top kind of 10.
You didn't come up with that just now, I assume.
I will choose one of those 5 when people ask me what my favorite book is, depending on what mood I'm in. So I
Yeah.
know what my top 5 is.
Yeah.
So I couldn't answer top 3 because I'd have to lose 2 of them.
Yeah. See, mine would be just the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series would be there. I'd just put that as a whole because, I read that. You got me. That was the present you got me every Christmas of every year. Because
Even
it's like,
2019.
yeah. So I know it's not particularly, a mature book, but hey, it's light reading and it's fun. Time Riders as well is a series that I really like. I don't think I ever finished the series. I think I finished 4.5 of the books. So
Just say we keep looking over here because that's where my books.
the books are up there. I really liked the Squire's Tales series. Again, it's like a kid
that was
version
good,
of the King Arthur sort of legend, but it wasn't kids like 8-year-olds. It's probably like 14-year-old kid, and that's when I read it. So I like that a lot. But less said about books, the better, as far as I'm concerned. But I thought for this podcast we could dabble in some hypotheticals.
Okay.
So I basically pitch you one and then you just answer
I just
/ give
swing.
your opinion, and then maybe I
Okay.
could do the same. But see, I did Google it, so they're going to be quite generic. Obviously you could come up with some really, really weird, hilarious ones. This one's going to be more normal, like classic questions, not the kind of really random questions like, would you rather fight, I don't know, 100 duck-sized gorilla or 1 gorilla-sized duck, stuff like that. We're not talking about crazy stuff like that. This is just stuff off a simple Google search. And if you guys have any hypotheticals, drop them down in the comments, like crazy weird ones, because these are going to be pretty tame as far as that's concerned. I don't know why I'm not on the... Oh, I could go to a different website. Let's just try it out. Let's popular hypothetical questions. What? Okay. Question. You're walking in a forest and you found a black suitcase. Or you find a black suitcase, it should be, but whatever. Inside it holds $1 million and a piece of paper stained in blood with a single word. Don't. Do you take the money?
No.
No? You don't?
Because it would be, the reason being, okay, because it's dollars, when I have to then go to exchange it, they're going to be like, where the hell did you get all this?
A
They're gonna be
million
really
in your
suspicious.
in your currency. You're just being picky now. Do you take the money?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't think so.
You don't? Ooh.
Because
do you not just take like 50?
No, I would probably call the police.
Would you scout the area and be like... And you would, there was no part of you that would want to take that money?
No.
Right. Okay.
I
I
think-
suppose it's the
I
no.
think I would
Obviously.
be-
What if there was
yeah.
no note? Would you take it?
No, because I just have this feeling that it would be part of like a drug deal, and if I take it, they'll have like a cartel after me, and I'd much rather just not.
See, without the note, I'm taking the money. Like, if it's there, I'm taking the money, and then that's up to them to
Like,
deal
like
with.
if it was like a tenner on a beach,
Yeah.
I'd take it.
Okay.
I think if it's anything more than like 50 quid, depending on circumstance. I mean, I like if I get a pound in the trolley,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yes, that's mine. But if I find like, even if I'm in the library and I find like a tenner on the floor, I'll probably give it to security because I'm a loser.
Fair enough. Okay. If you could change sex for a week, would you do it?
Yes.
Do you think it's easier being male or female? Ha ha!
I think it is difficult being either,
True.
and there are problems that you get as a man you do not get as a woman, and there are
True.
problems you get as a woman you do not get as a man. So
True.
provided that the week that I was a woman was not the week that I was on my period, then yes, I would do it.
Yeah.
Just to see all of like the like things that I hadn't noticed.
I'd probably still do it
Oh, I'd absolutely. Well,
with the period.
no,
yeah.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to know. I've had enough secondhand experience that I don't need any first-hand experience.
Perspective, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, it would be kind of painful, I'd imagine. Or maybe it wouldn't. Maybe this whole period thing is just a joke. I'm joking. I'm joking. Joking. It's funny.
Susie just went
Okay, well, so this next one just says, would you rather be deaf or blind? I feel like that's pretty easy.
absolutely deaf.
Right. Yeah, I said it was easy, not actually thinking what I would do. You'd rather be deaf than blind.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
cannot
That
be
is the one.
bothered
Yeah, that is
to
the one.
learn Braille.
Plus, also,
I like being
your
able to see.
your perception of the world is pretty, like, in the sense that, like, depth perception's not good. So hearing doesn't really help you anyway. If you're gonna get hit by a car, it's not because you haven't heard it coming. It's just because you went out into the road or something. So so that makes sense. Okay, that's just gonna be a no. For
Also,
you.
I hate the sound of people eating. So if I'm deaf, I don't have that problem.
Okay, would you rather get uglier or dumber?
Oh, uglier. I mean, but then at the same time, I can afford to get dumber.
There
And
it
still
is.
totally get by.
There it
Whereas,
is.
like, ugliness levels, I'm already not that great. So
Okay, what about?
I'd rather neither, to be honest.
I want to say, okay, so what if by getting dumber you get more attractive, but by getting uglier you get even smarter? There we go.
Well, is that even possible? I'm going to have to choose the first.
Is it possible to what? Get smarter or get
yeah,
uglier?
Smarter.
I'm joking. I'm
so
joking. That sounded harsh.
I think it depends on the levels. Like, if we're talking just a little bit more attractive and a lot
You'd
more
like
dumb,
take off a 0.2 for your looks to get a bit smarter, or you'd take a bit off your intelligence. So you're still upper echelon.
Well, I think I would just leave myself as I am. I suppose if I had to choose, I think I would just go even uglier and go smarter because I'm just used to having to attract people by my personality and wit already.
Okay, but question: what is being a bit smarter going to do for you?
Just make my life a bit easier. Give me more
But
bragging
would it
rights.
though? But it wouldn't. I feel like getting slightly more attractive would make your life easier.
Yeah,
you
but
know what I mean? Because
beauty
if
fades.
you go from
Dumb
very
is forever.
if you go from very very smart to very 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 smart,
Yeah, but
nothing
again,
changes.
Beauty fades, dumb is forever.
Yeah, but nothing changes.
If was
you go from
permanently attractive,
average looking whatever, and you get a bit more attractive, things would, well, they wouldn't change a lot, but they could change more so than if a smart person gets smarter. Because you're already smart. You being 10
but I don't
times...
but I don't want to get less smart.
Yeah, no. So, I don't know what point I'm trying to make. I'm just saying I
I
feel
don't want
like...
to get less smart.
I don't know. The world is shallow. Looks do matter. It's a
true.
weird thing. Like people with job interviews saying like, oh, they picked the thin person over me, and if they were like overweight or whatever. But I suppose if
It's true. I judge people on their handshake.
if they're of equal qualifications, you got to diversify somehow. And it's not saying
This is
I
the
like
advantage of being
thin
gay.
people. I like thin people to big people. It's what being thinner represents to a lot of
More-
people.
what,
It
more
represents
fitness?
that you take care of yourself, or you have the discipline to do so, which is a quality that people want.
Again, you're more likely to hire a gay man because, you know, if you don't have any, it's like a minority quota thing. At the same time, if you don't like them, you might
See,
be
that's a
less
bit-
likely.
see, that's
It's a weird...
That is a weird one. The whole like I've never heard that saying before. Minority quota.
Oh, it's a thing.
I mean, I'd get it for like.
Like,
I don't know. I guess I'd like partly get it for black people, but at the same time, if no
I would
eligible candidates are there in the minority, what are you gonna just give someone?
well, some people do. This is
That's dumb.
some of the arguments. I mean, like, I have, with my job
Yeah.
in summer, the gender ratio is so skewed that I like to think I'm good at my job, but like one year I think there were only 2 guys in my role and 20 something girls.
Right.
Like it's a very skewed.
Do they just...
So the odds are, if they had to lose someone, it would be one of the women.
Yeah.
Because actually,
that makes more sense.
Working with kids, ideally, you want a relatively even gender split.
Well, that's kind of like what I said. That like as a tiebreaker, go for minorities and blah blah blah. But like if you need 20 people for a job, 20 white people apply and 20 black people apply, and the 20 white people are the top 20. You should hire the 20 white people. Or the 20 black people, if the 20 black people, depending. That
almost
came out very wrong. But companies nowadays would probably make it like a 15-5 split, just for the sake of catering to
always hire the person who is best for the role, whether they are black, white, female, male, gay, straight. Just hire the person best for the job.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
What was the original question?
It was, would you rather get uglier or dumber? So there we go.
Okay.
That's why I think it's so easy to start when you start talking. It's just knowing what to start the podcast with. Right. So obviously some of these I'm reading out and I'm not reading beforehand, so I don't know if they're actually going to be good when I read them out. So this one is easy. If you got to choose between 50 years of being incredibly happy or to live forever and be unhappy, what would you choose?
50 years of happiness.
Yeah.
I'll be lucky to get 50 years of normal life,
there
so I will take it.
Speaking of life, what would you do if you found out you had 24 hours to live? Imagine I just opened an envelope now and it was the truth, and I said 24 hours. You finishing this podcast?
Yeah.
You actually are, yeah.
Honestly, do you know what? I might just do my whole last 24 hours online, on a podcast. Like
live stream it.
Just live stream my last 24 hours.
What would you do? Would you break quarantine? Would you break into
absolutely.
like something?
That or I would...
What would you do? Where would you go?
I think I'd finish the book I'm reading.
Right. Okay.
Finish my book.
That's fair enough. That's your life.
I think I would...
Surely go and eat.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot.
I have so many biscuits right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I would eat so much food.
Would I rob the co-op? No, I don't think so. I think I'd pay for it. It wouldn't matter. I could buy stuff. Oh my gosh.
Could buy a car.
Maybe
not.
No, I could not. I don't have the money for a car.
Credit card?
My credit card limit's 500 quid.
Oh. You could buy a beaten up car.
And beat it up more. Oh.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want.
Oh my gosh.
Would you go and break stuff? You do look a bit like a robber with the hat.
I mean, I would want to break.
Would you smash a mirror and just be like, screw your luck?
I was just thinking that because I saw the mirror behind.
Yeah, same. I figured.
I think I would send Jeremy Jordan a message, just explaining my
can you make my wish?
Love, make my wish come true. I'd have to. I think I'd be really selfish and be like, actually, screw you all. I'm not going to spend my last moments with anyone, so no one gets jealous.
Okay.
And just spend my last 24 hours as a hermit.
Right. That's probably the most unique answer that no one else in this world would give. But
and then in the last 5 minutes, I'd be like, no, I want everyone around me, and it'd be too late.
Yeah. you'd just be running home, and you'd be getting out of breath, when
I was out of breath anyway. So I'd be like, is this the dying, or am I just unfit?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. There's the difference between what would you do in an ideal world.
I would definitely see the sunset
if you had access to everything, and then what would you do in the real world? If you had 24 hours to live now and you somehow knew, it probably would just be eat because it's easy.
My gosh, I would probably send a really rude email to my Beckett lecturer.
Oh yeah.
I finished Beckett today.
Maybe that just shows what you really should be doing.
No, he's marking my work. I'll wait till after.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. In regards to me answering that question, 24 hours to live, realistic version, actual realistic version. I would probably go. Well, I'd probably eat a lot first. It's so tough. 24 hours, actually realistic. 24 hours to live.
You can do a lot in 24 hours.
Yeah, I would eat a lot. Because why not? I'd do something to do with YouTube. Even if it was just an hour to basically tell everyone that
you're dying.
I'd be like, I'm setting up a GoFundMe.
Thanks for your support.
Giving the money
to me.
But. Yeah, I just don't know. It's one of those hypotheticals you can kind of get away with saying, but it's never going to happen because you're never going to know, blah blah blah. And if you were to say you have a day left to live, you're probably going to spend it in a hospital bed,
Not I suppose again, or it's you're in prison, you're about to get executed, you've got a day,
Okay. There's another intelligence one. You're offered a pill that makes you 25% more intelligent, so a pretty good chunk. but it permanently removes your hair, including your eyebrows.
No. Which is funny because my hair's falling out anyway.
Yeah.
But I think if I was 25% more intelligent, I wouldn't be able to relate to people anymore. I think I'd just be far too high up there. I'd be a psychopath, yeah. I'd be far too intelligent for my own good. I'd just be sat there at night pondering life. You know, there's a guy that has memorized pi to like the 25,000th digit. Like, that's what I'd be like. But no, I wouldn't, because that would suggest that I already know it to like 20,000, which I don't.
Okay. This one I feel like would be quite easy. It says, would you rather have to say everything that comes to your mind or never say anything again? I'd speak my mind.
Everything that comes to my mind?
Yes. Because here's the thing, right?
No.
No, because, see, initially... see, this thing, it sounds terrible, right? But everyone thinks those thoughts, whatever they might be.
But not everyone says them.
But here's the thing, they're aware that they think them, and if they now know that you have this condition that just makes you go, huh, like word vomit, I think people would just kind of be like, okay.
I don't think I'd have any friends.
No, you. But at the same time, you'd be such a valuable friend.
When people ask, I'm already totally honest with my friends when they ask.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I withhold a lot.
I know, yeah,
I withhold a lot.
It does help.
You would have probably thrown me through a window last night if I had that condition.
Well, see, yeah, I probably would have done. But the only reason I'd say I'd probably do it and just accept that, because people are aware. No, because people are aware that these crazy thoughts, like all kinds of crazy, sometimes evil, all kinds of thoughts come to people's heads, right? People are aware of that, and only because the alternative is to say nothing forever, I would speak my mind, because it's just my mind that just comes to mind. It's like word vomit. So I'm not consciously thinking of these things.
We realize if it's always, you can never go to the cinema.
Yeah, you could.
Because you won't be able to stop talking. You have to constantly be going, oh, that's terrible, or oh, that actress is really fit.
Yeah.
And it's distracting. Yeah. I would not be able to work with children anymore.
No, you wouldn't. No, yeah, I know.
Like, I think, but that's supposed to be able to do that.
It's so tough though, isn't it?
I think I would much rather just silent. And then I could also pretend to be deaf.
Silent, yeah, I suppose.
Just ignore everyone.
Realistically, yeah, silent. I just can't. Not talking is a tough thing to think about.
Now, I spent 3 days in a monastery with a bunch of monks that do silence.
I suppose, yeah.
Actually, it was pretty chilled. Quite enjoyed it.
Okay, there's the next one about murder, but we'll skip over that. Right. If you could go back and be any age you want for a month, what age would you choose? Ooh.
Do I still have the same, like if I went back to be 8 years old, would I have to go to school for a month? Or would I be like summer holidays?
It'd be.
And would I be the same intelligence now? I'm just 8. Or would I? Because I wouldn't appreciate it, and I'd still be stressed. I don't know. Like, would I still be? Would I just be a stressed out 8-year-old?
I think you'd have to go back. I'm trying to. So it says, if you could go back to any age, so not any time, so you'd essentially be like an 8-year-old living now.
So actually, that would be okay, because all that would happen is
you'd just be 8.
I'd just be short.
Look at my little hairless body.
I'd be short, hairless, and have a better metabolism.
I think so, a better physique.
Sweat as much.
Walk outside with swimming trunks, like look at my little 8-year-old
I
bod.
could like run around. I could be so productive because I would be so like awake, and then I wouldn't keep. They wouldn't be like, oh, can you wash the car? Can you do the gardening? I'd be like, no, I'm too weedy.
Okay, there's a couple of good ones. 8 years old. Me.
I'm not doing any of the puberty
16.
Time. Nah, puberty.
16.
Nope.
Or maybe 5. I don't know. 16, I just think,
Also, I was a cute 8-year-old.
We were cute kids, to be fair. Right. If you had to eat one part of your body or die an excruciating death, what part would you eat? And we're talking significant parts, so no toes or fingers. What are you eating?
What if I eat all of my fingers?
Nah, you can't know.
'Cause that's quite a significant chunk.
No.
I think I would probably eat. Well, if we're talking significant, I could just eat my left ankle.
Why your left ankle? Just an ankle.
Because I feel like my right leg is stronger, so it'll be able to support me when I'm on crutches.
Right, so you just take off your ankle.
So I think.
Suppose that would mean you'd have to take the foot as well.
Yeah, so I'd eat my left foot.
Your foot. Oh, though,
and my left
foot.
ankle.
Imagine eating a foot.
Well, I'm assuming I don't actually have to eat the bones unless I grind it.
Oh my goodness.
Ugh. I think I would go, if it has to be significant, I would go from my left knee down.
Left knee down?
Well, he's got to be significant. That's quite a lot.
That's significant, yeah, but yeah.
Also, I've got meaty
Why not
calves.
just left arm?
I like my arms.
Yeah, but your leg? What do you think is more of an inconvenience? No legs or no arms?
Well, I like typing with both hands. I like reading. Reading, you need both hands ideally. Like pretty much everything I enjoy.
Okay, so would you rather have no arms or no legs?
Absolutely no legs. I got wheelchairs. You can't have wheel arms.
That's true. Yeah, I'd probably rather. Yeah, I'd go with that. I'd go with no legs. Okay.
You could waddle around like a penguin or E.T.
Fair enough.
E.T. was just a guy with no legs in a costume.
Yeah, mine realistically, it would just be an extension of the toes and fingers. We're not allowed to eat like an arm or a leg. Mine would probably be. Ooh, maybe. Oh. What if I just didn't? What if I just ate an elbow? So I still had an arm, but it was like.
What, stiff?
Yeah, or.
Like fused.
Or just wobbly. I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good one.
If you had to have permanently fused arms or permanently fused legs, so you can never bend your arms, you can never bend your legs.
Yeah, I would have to go with never bend my arms. Like, you can deal with that. I don't want to... But then you could deal with the legs.
Yeah, but like, how would you wipe when you peed?
Just like...
I suppose actually height-wise, that's not too bad.
Just shake.
But what about... Actually, I suppose that's not too bad, height-wise. I think.
I don't know.
Oh, but eating. You can't...
This is where you bring the funnel.
No, I think I'd have to just go stiff legs and just...
True, yeah.
Although then I could never really go to the theatre.
I mean, you'd have to sit in like a disabled spot, and then you'd have leg room.
There are standing seats. I think I'd just cut.
Do you think you'd get tired standing if you had no like knee joints and you had to be like upright? Would you still get tired? Probably.
Yeah, I could just lie down.
Okay, right. Oh my goodness. I mean, for me, the answer is yes, I think. Would you accept a $30,000 a week job where you get paid to sit in a pitch black room and do nothing for 8 hours a day?
What if I need to pee?
I don't know, you just wet yourself, I guess.
And what if I need to eat?
See, this thing is like silly because you could just say, I could just sleep the 8 hours and live the rest of my life and just sleep at work. I'm going to assume for the sake of the question that you have to just be awake and present and just sit there.
Well, I'd meditate or pray, you know. Plus,
would you do that then?
Yeah. Also, I have a good enough memory that like I could just watch movies in my head.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I could
you could do that.
B-movies.
Yeah, I could watch B-movie in my head, but if I do it in my head, it'll take about 10 minutes.
No,
I'm not going to watch it.
I will slow it down.
I'm not going to watch it at movie speed.
I have when I was on the coach to Warwick, it took 4 hours. I watched the 25th anniversary of Phantom of the Opera in my head at real speed.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because it's music, so it's like it's much easier to keep the speed.
Yeah.
And like remember what's going on.
Speaking of B-movie, I was gonna post. You know, you maybe don't because you don't really go on Twitter or anything.
I don't have
Twitter.
But
you have an idea and you think this could go viral. This could be really funny. You know, you see those memes. You think I might have just come up with one here. And I mean, the comparison's probably been done. But you know, obviously, yesterday, however much you know is whatever. But the oil price went for the first time in history to zero, below zero. Oil companies are paying companies to take the oil off their hands and store it because they made too much. Because they didn't stop production with the demand. And it just made me think of the B-movie when they're like, shut down honey production! And I was like, that's what's happening now. I was going to make like a B-movie predicted it kind of joke about like how the Simpsons predict everything. I was going to make it about B-movie.
I don't think that there are enough intelligent people out there to quite get it.
I think there are. If I used the oil prices hashtag, but I feel like the ship has sailed on that. It was trending yesterday and now it's gone. But I thought about it in bed last night when just that bit where he's like, we might need to shut down. He's like, we've never shut down.
I can just see
like, shut down honey production. And then it stops and they're all just like lazy. That's kind of what's happening with quarantine.
Lockdown.
The bees have stopped working because there's too much honey. There's too much oil here. I mean, though we're not stopping working because there's too much oil, but you could kind of forget that bit. And they're just like laying on sun lounges,
and all the world's dying.
Turning over. The world's dying. B-movie predicted not quite the coronavirus, but the situation that followed. B-movies are pretty. So how did that end?
Thinking bee. All the bees coming together to fly a plane.
Because we'll be out of oil.
For flowers.
The worry is, I mean, because the oil market's like cyclical, so it does well and it does bad and it just goes like this. But
yeah, this is.
If they do stop production, which they are going to like tone it down because obviously oil is essentially worthless to them at this point, then at one point we're going to go too far the other way.
Yeah, it's like
the world's going to come back and they're all going to be like, all right, let's all travel again. And they're like, we don't have the oil.
There's no petrol.
So, yeah. I wonder if the petrol prices have been affected. Obviously, I don't really go out and look. And I don't even know what the petrol prices were to begin with. But, yeah, so I thought that was quite interesting. And we only have about 40 to 50 years worth of oil left. Anyway.
Yeah, see, at this rate, it could be more like 70 years worth.
Yeah, maybe. Goals.
And I'll be dead by then, so...
So I think if we make the question more realistic about the $30,000 a week, you cannot use that time to sleep as your 8 hours of sleep. So let's say you go to bed at ideally, I know you don't sleep very well, but ideally you go to bed at 11 p.m, wake up at 7 a.m, have your morning routine, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m, you're in a black room, and then you have your normal evening and stuff. You do it for $30,000 a week? That's a lot of money.
Well, yeah, because then I'd only have to do it for like... Assuming I only do 5 days a week, I still
that's
got
the thing.
and I don't do it for a month.
Do you
quit.
retire? Yeah, I don't know.
Do it for a month, quit.
That's a tough
If
one.
you had to do it for a year, I'd go bonkers.
Right. Ooh.
But then if it's only 8 hours a day and I sleep 8 hours, I've still got 8 hours left to do anything else.
There's a horrible one that I saw Joe and Danny talk about this one on the Basement Yard, but I think one, given that Mum watches this, we're not going to go into that.
2, I'm gay.
Well, yeah, because we just change it to Dad.
Nope.
Okay, so anyway, right. You could only eat one type of food for the rest of your life. What is it? I thought about this today. If I ate only bananas as a YouTube challenge, like I only ate bananas
Honestly,
for a week, but I know that's bad for you.
It's such a tragic answer.
What would it be, like cereal?
Potatoes.
They're quite versatile.
Because I've got roast potatoes,
okay,
waffles,
you can't do that.
Chips,
it's one
crisps.
thing. The answer's waffles or chips or crisps. It's one item. Because yeah, otherwise you could just...
In which case, it's going to have to be mashed potato. Because mashed potato with butter is
no butter. You're not allowed butter.
Mashed potato is
Sucks.
the most nutritious thing. The only thing
you can get nutrients from drink, just food. Forget nutrients. We're talking taste because mashed is a boring answer.
Taste. I was thinking like pure survival.
You
like
can only
I'll die within a couple of...
one food. I didn't mention drink.
Yeah, but I'll die in a couple of weeks if I just eat chocolate.
You can drink whatever you want, but you can't blend up food. So you can have squash and stuff, I guess. I just want to know what food you go to, like for only your food needs.
I think chicken.
Probably would be for me too, yeah.
Actually.
I mean, I eat mostly just chicken anyway, but yeah. But that would be boring. Anything would be boring, to be fair. Although I could eat 2 slices, like I could eat a pizza a day across the... Like if you think
but
3...
it's got to choose the same topping. It's got to just be a plain pizza.
That's fine. Yeah, like
cheese and tomato.
Yeah, 3 or 4 slices in the morning, 3 or 4 slices at lunch. I could definitely do that.
Yeah, actually, okay. I would say pizza or chicken.
I know pizza's kind of like a compound of the dough.
Yeah, it's kind of cheating.
It is kind of cheating, but yeah. Okay. Would you rather end all wars or world hunger? For me, that's world hunger.
The thing is, we can already do both of those.
Theoretically, yeah.
So, and when we say ending world hunger, do you just mean as in like everyone's going to feel full, but then like 2 days later everyone's going to be hungry again?
No, everyone has access to sufficient food like us.
But if everyone has access to sufficient food, like actually access to sufficient food, it will just...
The way I choose is essentially...
Also, what does world peace look like?
Well, also, because with war... It's fault of man, for one.
Well, so is world
yeah, I'm getting to that. And you choose to go into the army and fight for your country and blah, blah, blah. Whereas these kids that are dying of hunger don't choose that.
No, they don't.
They're just kind of like, well, they're screwed.
Yeah, I think I would go with world hunger. I just think there could be some unforeseen repercussions.
Oh, of course, that's what hypothetical... It's like the butterfly effect. All kinds of things. But, Okay. A building is on fire.
Yep.
Do you save me or 4 strangers? Oh. Wow, okay.
Why would you need saving? If anything, you should be saving me. I can't lift you.
We're talking hypothetically.
How would I save you?
You could click your fingers. It's a hypothetical. You click your fingers, I'm saved, and 4 strangers die. Click your fingers, the 4 strangers saved, and I die.
I'll tell you what I'm going to look at it as, right?
Okay. You're going to justify murdering me.
No.
Okay.
Could justify murdering the others.
Yay!
Which is not murder. This is my point.
No.
If I do nothing, the world is at -5.
Right.
So whether I save you or the others, the world is still gaining from my choice.
Oh,
so
right.
So rather than looking at it as I save you, we're on a -4. I'll look at it as I save you, we're on a +1.
No, that's a good way to look at it, I guess.
So I would save you, yeah. Unless it was like 80 years in the future, then I'd be like, bye. And then I'd be dead already. But I'd be like,
all right. So just change, not 80 years in the future. Now, me or 4 babies. The baby's still going. They're kicking the can. And the parents are next to you, like, my baby.
Sorry, bro.
Then they look at you and they say, you can save them, do it please. And I'm just in the window like,
I'd save the babies.
You would?
Yeah.
You'd save the babies? That, really?
I would, because the parents are there.
Really?
And I think mum and dad would forgive me, actually.
What about me?
You'd be dead. And that means that you're out of my room. It
Wow.
means that I no longer have to compete for best son. I'm just given it automatically.
You'd save the babies.
I like to think I'd inherit your money.
So 4 20-year-olds and me. Is it just the fact that it's babies and the parents
It's just
are
the fact
there?
that it's babies and parents.
What if the parents aren't there? They're orphans. Orphan babies.
Oh, if they're orphan babies, screw them. They can then be reunited with their parents in heaven. I mean,
Wow. So it's just the guilt of the parents next to you. You wouldn't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
What if mum and dad are on your right saying, "Save your brother"?
I'd be like, well, you save him then.
No, again, now all the parents of all parties involved in this burning building are there.
Well, I've got 8 parents here, 2 parents
Yeah,
here.
but your parents. So
I've seen them cry a lot already. Like,
you're gonna let them and me and our whole family suffer.
you know how like heartless I can be sometimes.
What if grandma's there like, "Tom, come on"?
I'd just be like, Grandma, I'm sorry. I'd be like,
Wow.
well, no, because Grandma would be like, take me instead. And I'd be like, I can't. And she'd be like, oh, cruel.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
So it's just the babies that would take the cake.
Babies with parents, yeah. If they're orphans, I'm like, eh.
So it's the parents really that you're doing it for.
It's a mixture. It's like the family unit.
Bun me.
But then I'm like, but then I suppose they could always just have more babies. Like, mum and dad can't have more babies.
Can't have more me's either. This is me we're talking about.
Yeah, but you've already had your time. You've lived longer than a lot of people already. So
I mean, yeah, but also a lot less longer than a lot more, maybe more people. Do you think more people live past 20 or less than 20?
Oh, more people generally, I think.
Live past it.
Like infant mortality rates skew history. Like people talk about history, like, oh, people at average age is like 50. Nah, people history lived to like their 70s. It's just because the infant mortality rate was so high that it really skews the evidence.
All right, a lot of babies dying. And
lots of dead babies. Like it was like 50% of babies didn't live past 3, but once you got past 7, you were fine, kind of.
This is a really weird question. It says, if you had a sock stuffed in your mouth, do you think you could get it out without using your hands and feet? And I'm just like,
yeah, I've got a tongue.
Boom, done. Right, next page. There's 33 pages. I'm going to do page 3 and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. Ooh. I don't even know what that is. I'm guessing that's an American ice cream. It says, would you prefer McDreamy or McSteamy? Oh, TV shows.
I think that refers to Grey's Anatomy. Dr. McDreamy is the dad on Enchanted, but I don't know who McSteamy is.
Either way, I'm choosing Dreamy. So yeah, there you go. He's Dreamy.
Both?
Ooh, I mean, I feel like you would just do this without hesitation. You could cure all diseases in the world forever, but to do so, you have to murder one innocent child.
No.
Would you do it? You wouldn't do it.
No, because if we cure all the diseases, the planet will get overpopulated and we'll all die.
No, forget going past that. Like
we need disease to spread this, to stop the surplus population. Christmas Carol.
Sounds awfully Chinese of you, and
actually, it's Charles Dickens, very Victorian.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Would you? Oh, so you'd murder the child?
I mean, I'd consider it.
You said I'd do that hesitation.
Well, yeah.
And then you got it wrong.
I thought maybe you would. Yeah.
No.
I'd consider it, and then I'd think about what that would actually mean if we had no disease.
It'd be terrible.
Like, if it means we all live to 300, then yeah, probably not. But if it means that people just die peacefully, I mean, I know essentially you're always dying of a disease. Like, because people say, oh, I've died of old age. You haven't died of being old. You've died because your body shuts down.
Your cells stop dividing, and like that's not a disease.
That's a weakness. Like, I guess that's
like if you say diseases, that doesn't include. If I get shot in the head, I'm still going to die. It's not a disease.
Yeah, I know it's not a disease, but I just like old age. Mostly people don't die because they've stopped reproducing cells. Like a human can live to 120. We've seen it. So people die because they're old. Their body just.
It's things like because they're for example, but it might be like the cells in their heart have stopped. So like their heart's worn out, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I really hope Lottie doesn't watch this one because she's going to be sat there with her medical knowledge. Like, Tom, that's not how it works.
Someone offers you this deal. $20,000. I know what you're going to pick. I'd pick the other one. $20,000 for nothing, or $200,000 if you can pick the number they're thinking of between 1 and 5. You'd take the 20, wouldn't you?
Oh, I was going to go for the 200,000.
Really? Really?
Because I'm like, well...
See, I'd go for the 200,000. I just thought you'd be like, I'd like that.
Well, this thing, immediately I was like, well... Right now, I have 0, so, you know, what's the...
Yeah, if you look at it from the perspective of I don't lose anything if I do it.
But if I look at it that, like, I can either have 20,000 or lose 180,000. No, 200,000.
Well, would you risk a 20% chance of getting 10 times the money?
Realistically,
yeah.
Now, if you ask me right now, I'd be like, I'll just take the 20,000. But if you asked me, and I was feeling a bit more daring,
I was going to say, because going back to that, like, say the opportunity came up right now. This morning, you didn't know you were going to have this opportunity, so you'd lose nothing by going for the 200,000. So that's pretty big.
I think
20 or 200.
I'm so broke, I'd take the 20.
Okay. Right. 2 more questions. Would you rather be 3 foot tall or 3 feet tall or 9 feet tall?
Oh, you have such back problems. And like, you never be able to find a bed.
Right.
I could just wear stilts. I think I'd be 3 foot tall.
You'd go 3 foot in stilts.
But then, saying that, gay men love a tall man, so maybe I'd go 9 foot tall.
9 foot. Well, to be fair, 9 foot, you probably presents more opportunity. Like, people have been 3 foot, no one's been 9 foot.
Saying that, Warwick Davies gets a lot of acting jobs.
Yeah, but
so
he's
maybe
also
I'd
an
go
actor.
3 foot
You're 9 foot. You could just be a basketball player. Just.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm going to catch the ball.
Yeah, but learn to catch and you're overpowered. Just drop it in the net. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably be 9 foot tall, actually.
I think I'd go 9 foot.
I feel like, because when you're 9 foot tall,
again,
people look at you and they're like in awe of you. When you're 3 foot tall, people look at you and like, look at that guy.
Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to be 9 foot tall then.
Okay, I have a feeling I know, because it makes sense. If you could domesticate any animal in the world for a pet.
Depends on if they smell.
Nah, you can clean them.
Penguins smell disgusting.
I can imagine.
They are vile.
They smell like...
They're vile
They all
creatures.
smell like a dog could smell. So they could smell normal. They could smell a bit funky if they're not cared for. But on the whole, it's okay. Like an animal smell.
I'm thinking either... Well, a penguin will be easier to feed than like a lion. So...
Okay.
I'm going to go with a penguin.
A penguin.
Specifically, I think I'd go with the fairy penguin, because it's the smallest one.
Ah.
Like the Humboldt penguin's about that big. The fairy penguin's like this big.
Well, like to scale. This actually this big.
Yeah, like it's actually
this big.
They're
That'd be
tiny.
so sick.
They're tiny.
You can have it on your shoulder.
These tiny little... Yeah, exactly. I could carry it round.
Ah, yeah, that'd be cool.
And like I could fill up the bath for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little tiger cub, but then it gets so big. Can I keep the tiger cub as a baby? Then I would do that probably.
That's called a cat.
No, but like an actual tiger, so like bigger, like big paws and cuddly, not a little cat.
Little cat.
What, do you think I'm allergic to tigers? If I'm allergic to cats?
Yeah, probably.
Imagine. I'm kind of like mildly allergic to cats. I wasn't always allergic to cats. I developed the allergy, and now I don't really know if I am, because I haven't been around a cat for a while, but...
I might be living in a house next year with a cat, by the way. So
Yeah.
It's a really cute looking cat, though.
Good luck with that. Well, that like I said, that was 3 pages of 33. So, hypothetically speaking, we have hypotheticals for another 10 episodes, hypothetically. So, if you could hypothetically leave a like, and then actually leave a like, that'd be great. Yeah, if you disliked it, just hypothetically dislike it, and then like for support.
I'm thinking I'm going to wear a different hat in the next video as well. I'm going to like...
Yeah, it's saying he's going to cycle hats and see how it goes. You got a few... Dad's got a few that you can rock with. At least probably another month's worth.
Yeah.
But...
hopefully enough to end lockdown.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be great. Yeah, Matt, like, what do you think would happen first? Run out of hats if you do 1 a week, or lockdown?
I think I would run out of hats after lockdown.
Really? When's your... Okay, if you could predict a date, because we could always refer back to this. When... Not are they going to say you're all free to go, because it is going to be a partial process. When are any restrictions going to be lifted on now? From what it's like now?
May 25th.
May 25th.
Don't know why I've gone with that.
May 25th. Let me just have a look at... Because I feel like they might do it on a Monday or something. So, May 25th is a Monday.
Oh, yes.
So, there you go. Oh, June the 1st has to be the most satisfying Monday ever. New month. I think a lot of people are going to be like, I'm going to go June the 1st, a week later. Which is mad, because...
That's still a month and a half.
May's just gone. I don't know.
Like April.
But, yeah, April's been a weird one. But, you know, that 1st of April is when you first appeared on the channel, on the podcast. So,
hello.
Yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I might do a personal podcast this week if I find the time. I might do another video, because I do want to start uploading videos that aren't podcasts, like more higher production style videos.
What, jump cuts.
Yeah, but there aren't Rocket League, so that makes sense for this channel. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anything you want to add before we go, before they see you in a week's time? Because we're getting pretty good at this now.
No,
that's it. Answer the hypotheticals we did down in the comments by all means. Leave an essay. We will read it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll probably go and eat now. Probably. Like, I'm going to eat something.
Got some Pringles.
We'll see you in another video.
Very soon.
Very soon.